Welcome back to episode 7 of the Origin of My Faith series. Today we are going to talk about how the life and teachings of Jesus have shaped thousands of years of history, culture, morals, governments, and religious systems. Please enjoy. Jesus' teachings on forgiveness, being content, loving one another, working hard, letting go of worldly attachments, and caring for the less fortunate were, one, revolutionary and unheard of for the time, and two, ring true even today after thousands of years. This is a sign of not only wisdom, having a lot of the world founded on your words from 2,000 years ago. It's not only a sign of being a wise person, but it's a sign of divine wisdom. His teachings haven't just stood the test of time, they have defined it. They have defined the entire course of history. He knew what the future would look like. When he came down to earth, he knew it was gonna happen today. He knew I was gonna sit down here and record this for the second time today. He knew what the future would look like, and he gave us tools and practices that would work no matter when or where we were born. I mean, you look at the wisdom in the Bible, it has stood the test of time, and it has always worked throughout all of history to create moral, upstanding people and help us navigate life. That seems like divine wisdom to me. And all of civilization in the Western Hemisphere and a good chunk of the Eastern Hemisphere is based on the teachings, whether you want to admit it is or not. If you were born in North America, South America, Europe, or certain parts of Asia and Africa, then everything you have ever been taught about morals and values comes from Jesus. Even if you don't recognize that that's true or think that that's true, unfortunately for you, it is true. Entire moral and legal systems have been based on his teachings. Even in secular cultures, many of his values are deeply and foundationally embedded, even if the people in those cultures don't recognize that truth. Even people in other religions recognize Jesus, for crying out loud. I mean, we talked about this a little bit earlier, but the Jews, the people that deny Jesus's identity as God, they still recognize that he performed miracles. I mean, if they wanted to deny him even further, it would be very convenient for them to say, he didn't walk on water, he didn't turn water into wine, he didn't turn a loaf of bread and some fish into something that could feed 5,000 people. But they won't say that. They can't say that. They do not deny that those things happened. They just deny that it was an act of God, essentially. Muslims, of course, they know him as a prophet. Again, denying his identity as God, but they do recognize him as having some sort of divine wisdom, divine revelation, etc. They just kind of deny that. They have the same approach that Lee Strobel had before he converted to Christianity, which was, they say Jesus didn't even claim to be God, but they still recognize that he had divine wisdom of some kind. Buddhists know him as a man having reached enlightenment, with even some scholars suggesting that he may have been a bodhisattva. And many Hindus see Jesus as either some kind of avatar, which they define to be divine light taking human form, or as a great yogi, which is someone who has transcended human limitations through deep meditation and divine love. And so the main takeaway we have here is that there is not a single major world religion that does not view Jesus and his teachings as having been divinely inspired. Everybody wants a piece of this guy. That should tell you something. Thank you for watching episode 7 of the Origin of My Faith series. Come back tomorrow to hear me share my testimony with you all. Thank you again, and God bless.